All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are diving deep into the incredibly intense internal collision that happens when borderline personality disorder and ADHD coexist in one brain. Let's just start with this quote because, wow, it really puts you right there, doesn't it? This isn't just about being a little distracted or feeling emotional. It's about this constant internal negotiation between all these conflicting voices. One part of you wants to leap, another wants to hide, and you're just stuck right in the middle of it all. So first up, let's try to define this inner collision. What does it actually feel like when these two incredibly powerful forces meet inside one mind? I love this metaphor. It's not just random chaos, it's a dance of two storms. See, one part of you is super impulsive, wants to run headfirst into the world, seek out new things. But the other part is absolutely terrified of that same world, constantly scanning for any sign of rejection. So it's not just a mood swing, it's like two different operating systems are trying to run the same computer at the same time. Okay, so storm number one, BPD. The simplest way to think about this is as a condition of extreme emotional sensitivity. It's like your emotional volume dial is permanently turned all the way up to 11. Everything is felt in surround sound. The responses are incredibly fast, super intense, and really, really hard to regulate. And then you have storm number two, ADHD. This is a mind that is constantly, and I mean constantly, seeking novelty and stimulation. It's a brain that just runs faster than everything else around it, jumping from idea to idea, always chasing that next little burst of dopamine. And this is where it gets really messy. This is the biochemical tug of war. The ADHD brain feels that rush of emotion, and its first instinct is, fix it right now. But at the exact same moment, the BPD brain grabs that same feeling and attaches this profound, often negative meaning to it, whispering, oh no, this is happening because they hate me, I've been abandoned. It's a powerful impulse for action, colliding with an equally powerful impulse for intense self-protection. So, how does this all play out on a neurological level? Because this isn't just a feeling, right? It's literally rooted in the way the brain is wired. Okay, let's get a little technical for a second, but stick with me. It basically boils down to this. The prefrontal cortex, that's kind of like the CEO of your brain, the part that handles planning and self-control, is often a bit underpowered. Meanwhile, the limbic system, your emotional and threat response center, is overactive. So what's the result? You've got a brain that's constantly smashing the panic button, even when there's no real fire. Now, this is so important to understand. This wiring isn't a flaw. It's not about being broken. It's a story of adaptation. A lot of the time, both of these conditions can stem from early environments where the brain literally had to learn to become fast-moving and hyper-vigilant just to feel safe. It's a survival skill. And this quote just captures that central paradox perfectly. The system learns to seek out intense stimulation and connection, but it also learns to be terrified of it. So when things finally get calm and stable, the ADHD brain gets bored, and the BPD brain interprets that calm as a sign of impending rejection or abandonment. So unconsciously, it starts another fire, just to feel something familiar again. We've covered the internal feeling and the brain's wiring. So now let's make this really concrete. How does this collision actually show up day to day? Well, it often looks like this really painful daily cycle. You know the one. It starts with this huge surge of motivation. You've got a great plan for the day, you're going to conquer the world. But then the ADHD brain scatters that focus across a dozen different impulses. And when nothing really gets finished, that's when the BPD brain steps in with this crushing wave of shame, telling you, see, you failed again. This leads to something the source material calls identity drift. The ADHD impulsivity pushes you to make these big, sudden life changes, new careers, new cities, new hobbies, while the BPD instability makes every single one of those changes feel like a life or death decision. The result is this constantly shifting sense of who you are. It's like you're grieving for the person you were just yesterday. And in relationships, this is where it gets especially challenging. The ADHD brain absolutely loves the novelty and excitement of a new connection, but the BPD brain craves the safety of constant, unwavering reassurance. So what happens when that initial spark fades into a comfortable, healthy stability? The whole system can panic. It literally interprets peace as a threat because chaos feels more familiar and therefore, paradoxically, safer. Okay, so that's the challenge. And it's a big one, but understanding the storm is only the first step. Now, let's pivot and talk about the actionable strategies for actually navigating it. So the source offers this amazing toolkit with 6 core strategies that go way beyond the usual cliches. These are really focused on creating structure, grounding yourself in your body, and totally reframing your relationship with your own emotions. The goal isn't to get rid of the storm, it's to learn how to become a really skilled sailor. I absolutely love this one. For both BPD and ADHD, boredom can feel physically unbearable, right? Like an emptiness you have to fill. This strategy suggests you see it not as emptiness, but as a necessary detox, an emotional fast from constant stimulation. It's in that quiet space that your nervous system can finally start to heal and rewire itself for peace. Here's another key technique, and it's so practical. It's called body before story. The idea is that before your mind creates a huge, catastrophic story about what's happening, you just pause and you locate the physical sensations. Is your chest tight? Is your heart beating fast? By focusing on the body first, you can interrupt that emotional spiral before it completely takes over. And finally, let's talk about empowerment, because this collision of wiring, this whole storm, it isn't just about deficits. It also forges some really unique and powerful strengths. The person who comes out of this is often deeply intuitive about human emotion, incredibly creative, especially under pressure, and brilliant at spotting patterns that other people miss completely. And when they feel safe, their loyalty is fierce. This isn't a broken system. It's just a different one. This metaphor just gets right to the heart of it all. Your intensity isn't the problem. Your wiring isn't wrong. It's like you've been given this high-performance engine in a world that's mostly built for slow traffic. The goal isn't to get a new engine, it's to learn how to steer the incredible one you have with skill and, most importantly, with self-compassion. And ultimately, here's the big takeaway. The goal of all this work isn't to erase your intensity or to become normal. The real work of healing is to create a sense of safety inside your own mind, to build the trust that you can handle the storm when it comes because you know how. And so we end with this final beautiful question. It's not about stopping the rain, it's about learning how to dance in it. And that reframes this whole journey from one of just struggle to one of artistry, giving you back that sense of agency and hope. A really powerful thought to leave you with.